smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you. Can't you see? I want you. I believe, 'cause I want you. Here with me, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy for love. I look at you, I know it's alright. You read my mind, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you. Can't you see? I want you. I believe, 'cause I want you. Here with me, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy for love. I don't need another love. Yeah. We do this every day. We do this love for life. You got a smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you. Can't you see? I want you. I believe, 'cause I want you. Here with me, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy for love.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome again to the Clubhouse Chaotic Chat. It's the Sunday night mainstay where we bring you amazing people from our community. Tonight, we continue that trend. We've got a great husband and wife creator that's going to join us momentarily that we're excited to talk about. And I'm excited because they are Maryland transplants that used to live here close to me, but now moved to Florida. I don't blame them. I'd move away from me too. If you're having a good time tonight, give that thumbs up on the chat and give us a like there as we work toward triple digits every time on the stream. Subscribe if you're new. We'd love for you to come back and see the Triple C show on Sunday nights or our mainstay other shows that we have throughout the week promoting Disney content. And you can also follow our guests tonight. You're going to have their Facebook, their Instagram and their YouTube available for you tonight. And of course, the ladies all have their Instagrams pinned up in the chat that you can follow, and it'll be throughout the chat, throughout the show. And if you're watching on the replay, well, thank you for hitting that button as well. And you can comment on the video if you have a question for our guests that we don't get to. We will gladly get to them and bring it back to them through the comment section. Let's go to the ladies. Good evening, ladies. Welcome in. Everybody's look, everybody's got ears on, looking nice. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I'll just go left to right. Hello, Mandy. How are you?
Doing wonderful. A little cold though, back here in Ohio, but surviving.
And you're on location camping, right?
I am. Yes, welcome to the camper.
Is it really called camping if you put it in your backyard and just walk to your house? Is it really? Okay.
It's our secret.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. My fault. Okay. Speaking of camping in your backyard, hello, Jen. How are you?
Camping in my backyard. I barely have any.
It's kind of close. I don't know. It's kind of
The
close.
only thing I do in my backyard is cut my grass.
We have a new. No, we don't. Never mind.
No, we don't.
How was your Sunday?
Well, it was typical.
Okay.
Church in the morning.
Okay.
Browns lost in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And Chipotle for dinner.
Oh, that's great. That sounds like a Jets way to do
Sunday.
it. That's a great way to do it. So, Miss Steph, How are you?
Hey, I'm good.
It's an off day for you, but you're here. How are you?
I am. I have on my villain shirt tonight. My
Nice.
Disney villain.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that. That is cool.
Yeah.
I like it. If I'm not a black shirt person. If that was white, I'd be going nuts. Because
Yeah. It
I
only
love
came
white.
in black though. So
Yeah, it only came in black. How's Mr. Paul? Will
yeah.
he be hanging around today? Is he in the green room already?
He's already there waiting. Yep.
Okay.
He's got some popcorn and Coke and he's just waiting.
Popcorn, Coke, petroleum jelly. He's ready to go. He's all
Oh
fired up
God,
back there.
no,
So.
I didn't say that.
That's
Well,
not a visual I need,
I-
Peter.
Our guests tonight are going to be fantastic. These are great creators down in the parks that are brand new and trying to build up. And we all know that first push to get going is tough, and we're going to hopefully continue to help them in what they're doing and introduce them to some new people tonight. So I'm really excited. So with that, let's get started. I think Amanda has hellos tonight. Is that true? All right,
It is.
I'm gonna get my hand out here because it's the only it's the only day of the week I have a hand, or at least have two of them. So Stephanie has hers on backwards, but we're gonna go with it. Let's go.
Hey, mine's on backwards too.
What?
I'm with you, Steph.
Hey, does he? Well, never mind. I was gonna say something, but
Okay. Who do we
I'm gonna
got?
let that. I'm going to skip that.
So we've got a ton of amazing people here with us tonight.
Awesome.
We've got Sanjay, Spooky Aurora 8, Matt Walter, Mike Beachman, Fred O'Malley, Teresa Squara, Anne, Stanley Socks, Theo Sam Eagle, Cakes 2112, Julie McCowan, Go Minnie,
Nice.
Italian, Paul Engel, Snorta Poopus Q-Bar, if I got that right.
I hope so.
Mark F. Francisco, Aliens Wear Green Hats,
Nice, Darla.
Debbie F. Cook,
Oh, Debbie.
Lamont Gray, Gloria and Jason Thibodeau,
Nice.
Lily's Life Dad, Dave's Disney Dream, Regina Erie, Zippity Doo Dug, Timothy Prezwara,
Good
Katie
job.
Phillips, Kay Willoughby, Stanley Socks, Nick and Shannon Jenkins,
Hello.
our very own Monorail Mollie, Jill Watchbrick, Patriotism USA, JC Skipper Bryant, Godzilla Fanboy Tyler, Amusement Park Pirates, Nancy Dalton, Patrick Julian, and last but definitely not least, Molly's mom.
Well, we got all of our friends in. Love that. And I'm excited for that. I also want to thank to Debbie Cook for becoming a member of the Clubhouse. So thank you very much for supporting and doing that tonight. We're very, very happy to hear. If we missed anybody, we will definitely get you along the way. So it should be a ton of fun. Also want to highlight again that all the links for our guests will be in the chat. You can make sure you hit them up throughout the night. If you end up giving them a follow, let us know in the chat. We always like to say thank you for that as well. As we roll through, we want to talk about last week's show. And for that, I believe we're going to Jen. Is that right? Oh, awesome.
Yeah, going to give a recap of our show from last week, which was a hangout show. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of friends that joined us. Talking last week with Go Minnie was amazing. We got to learn a little bit more about her personality, some of her unique stories of finding the community, and we talked with her about the excitement and enjoyment she had at the Maryland meetup.
Yes.
Plus, we learned about her park favorites, the characters, dining, rides, and resorts. Also, Katie Phillips joined us, and we got to learn a little bit more about her. We learned about her journey of discovering our community and finding out what it was all about. We also learned about where her love of Disney first began in her life. And most importantly, spent time talking about her amazing creative Etsy. Also in was community veteran and OG of the community, Jonathan Chong. We talked about his journey to find the community, his hobbies and interests outside of the YouTube sphere, and we chatted about moderating and the importance and passion he brings to it.
Yes.
We wrapped up with a great discussion about his YouTube series of recognition enshrinement, where he was co-enshrined with the Hulk character. And last, but certainly in no way least, was a new creator to our community, Blake from All Aboard with Blake. We talked about his journey to find our community and what it has meant to him. We also chatted about his park favorites, from snacks to rides and dining locations. Plus, we got to find out a bit more about what being part of this Disney community means to him. And we wrapped up with a chat about his plans for the upcoming 2026 holiday season on his channel. So I encourage everyone to leave a comment on the show with their thoughts. And of course, Mods, if you could please drop that link from last week, we would appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well done. Blake's in the chat too. Blake's in the chat too, which is nice of him to be here. I know that Mandy will probably get to that in a couple minutes. If you are new coming in tonight, watching for the first time, please make sure you give us up with a subscribe. We'd love that. Also with Blake, we also talked, and I'll highlight it real quick. We talked about the Maryland meetup. We talked about the meetup in December down in the parks, where Blake will be attending that, and our meetup is kind of sponsored by Katie Phillips, who's in here with KT Designs, where she's doing some of the amazing friendship bracelets that we're excited about. So our meetup is kind of sponsored by Katie Phillips. So check out KT Designs, and Mods, if you could grab that link for KT Designs off of the Friday night show, if it's not in there, and drop it in for Katie tonight. I'd really appreciate that. So that's exciting. What else are we doing, Jenna? We have to go back anywhere? Where are we going to next?
We're going to talk to Stephanie about who our guest is today.
Okay, cool.
Yes. Okay, join us tonight as we chat with Jen and Mike, who spotlight the lifestyles of the not-so-rich and the not-so-famous, everyday MAJic guaranteed. Jen is a successful semi-retired school teacher who dedicated years of service to her community, and now she's channeling that same passion into her love for Disney bounding, and collecting those iconic popcorn buckets. Mike is a respected veteran of the United States Air Force with multiple deployments, including Honduras, Germany, England, Italy, Kuwait, Afghanistan, to name a few. He retired in 2002 and has since turned his passion into his love for all things Disney. Tonight, we're going to learn a lot more about Jen and Mike, their YouTube channel, MAJic Adventures, which, by the way, is spelled with a J in that word, MAJic. And everything they do over there to bring the magic of Disney adventures right to your home. So grab your favorite beverage and your recliner and sit back because in just a few minutes, we're diving into some Clubhouse chaotic chat with Mike and Jen on Magical Adventures.
I'm excited. It's going to be a fun time. I also want to point out that Katie put into the chat, she is going to make Zippity Doo Dog a large stack of friendship bracelets. I absolutely love Katie.
I see that.
I absolutely love Katie. I absolutely love Katie. So that's great stuff there. So, all right. I am going to first throw it over to Mandy and say, do we have anybody else we want to say hello to?
Yes, absolutely. We've still got friends join in. I like Debbie Diaz, Alex Miller, Allison A, Surfer Girl 326,
hey,
Tennessee Bear,
Tim,
Manny and Canny,
nice,
All Aboard with Blake, and Ellie.
Awesome. Welcome in, friends. Great to see you here tonight. Make sure you're hitting that like, tap it up. We work to get to triple digits, and we try to have fun with that. I am going to go off script tonight. Yes, there's the look. There's the look. I'm going off script tonight. So tonight we were supposed to do trivia. That's what we usually do. That's our newest thing. And I do love that. But I thought of something different. For something. And there's a reason behind this.
I'm scared.
They just announced the Festival of the Arts. So for all three of you, and for our guest tonight, what I want to know is from you, just a simple question. What is the best thing about the Festival of the Arts? Is it multiple things? It's a simple thing because that's something that's exciting. That when Disney comes out with these new things, and I think maybe on the Triple C's each time when they come out with the new festivals, we'll kind of talk about that for a second. Kind of something I'd like to add into what we do. So Steph, I'm going to go to you first. That way, Mandy has time to write a few names if she'd like to. Festival of the
Okay.
Arts. Festival of the Arts, January. If you've been there, great. You can, hey, I like these. If you haven't, hey, I look for these because there's so many of our friends that do videos. What is it about Festival of the Arts for you?
I really enjoy looking at the paintings and like trying to decide which ones I could fit back in my suitcase to bring home or have shipped. So
They do ship them now. You can.
That is good. Yes, that's very important because a lot of those won't fit in a backpack. So
You could also hire Paul Engel Moving Company.
this is true.
He's got a lot of miles on his track.
It's only going to cost $15,000 to drive your picture back to Maryland. Okay. Yeah, it's spare change. Okay. So, anyways, but that's my first favorite thing is looking at all the art. My second favorite is eating the rainbow cake with the freeze dried Skittles on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't remember what the name of that building is, but it's
the Odyssey.
Thank you, the Odyssey. Yep.
Nice. That's a good one.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's the first time I had those Skittles, and ever since I just think of that every time I see them.
I love it that everybody has their thing. So okay. Jen, how about you?
I don't think there's anything about the festival I don't like. I think I love everything about it.
Okay.
Even the food. I know that a lot of times that festival is like, the food's not as good as the other festivals, but there are two things at that festival that are my absolute favorite of any festival that I've ever been at. And that's the bread bowl filled with brie in France.
Yeah.
Which everybody has heard about because it's just...
You could bathe in that. I hate to say it.
It's a favorite. And then there was the short rib with the mashed parsnips in Germany, which I thought was delicious. It was so unexpectedly good. So I did like that. But I mean, this time going, it's going to be all about the artists. It's going to be for me to be able to go up to the booths and say, hey, how you doing? And have a connection with the artist. So that's kind of cool that I'm looking forward to. And to meet new artists to bring on the show. So I'm really looking forward to that this coming festival.
Love that. And if you're going to be down there, we'll be down there a couple of weeks. I'll be down there 2 of the weeks. So look for us and say hello if you're down and in town for sure. The only thing I can say bad before I go over to Mandy and get hers is it's too short. It's only 30 minutes.
Yeah, I say that too. I didn't want to be negative. But
but it's an honesty. It really needs to be another 2 weeks, maybe 54 days or somewhere in that name would be good. Yeah. Miss Mandy, how about you guys? Festival of the Arts.
I'm going to have to admit, we've never been. That's the one festival we've never been to. But we're going to be down there at the beginning of February. So we are super excited to finally be able to do Festival of the Arts. And the things we're looking most forward to are, one, the Figment merch. Because I am completely obsessed with Figment. So it's always the best Figment merch during Festival of the Arts.
It is.
And then being able to see all of the artwork. We've seen the booths and we've seen everything online, but we've never had that experience in person. So I'm with Steph. I'm trying to figure out how to bring some stuff home.
The key there is have a plan.
I might need to rent that Paul Engel moving van also.
That's right. Call Paul.
There you go. Have a plan for what you want to do, or you'll never get everything done, because the minute you start seeing some of that artwork, it's going to, a 2-minute spot is going to be 20. It's amazing how it happens if you don't. So, all right, I want to bring our guest in here and perfect time, because I believe Amanda's going to take the first action. Our guests tonight are Disney YouTube creators who moved from locally by me to down to Disney, and now they're having fun in the parks. And we're excited for you all to get to know them for the first time on the Triple C's. And we will have a big announcement about them and about us at the end of the show. So welcome in, Mike and Jen from MAJic Adventures. Hello, all. Good to see you. Oh, okay. Don't give Doug any insight doing that, please. I'm gonna step back and get out of the way, because the ladies do a much better job than me, and say, Mandy, how about you take over and run the ship?
Okay. Well, Jen and Mike, we are so happy to have you both with us this evening.
Thank
Can
you.
you please share with us a short introduction about yourselves so that our viewers can get to know a little bit about you?
Absolutely. So I am Jen. That's where the J in Magic Adventures comes from. And we moved to Florida two and a half,
Mhm.
2.5 years ago. I lose track of it all the time. I used to say we were already here 3 years, and we haven't even been here 2.5 yet. So we moved to Maryland, as Pete said, and we're only about an hour away from the parks, and we love it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I'm Mike. I'm the M in Magic Adventures. As Pete said, I grew up right in South Baltimore, right in Brooklyn, actually, just a little ways away from where Pete lives now. Uh, 25 years in the Air Force. Um, Met Jen in 2022 and married in 23. And then we decided, hey, let's sell everything in Maryland and move to Florida.
Sounds like a plan.
I just decided that 5 minutes ago before I think. So it worked out really good.
Oh,
Surprise!
well, I'm glad. Yeah, surprise, and I'm glad you guys were able to make that leap. And I love the fact that you've incorporated secretly your names into your channel name, the M and the J. So, we all have a story on how we arrived at the Dizney YouTube community. Can you share with us your journey?
Yeah, my journey, we started off with me saying, what do you mean? I never really even watched YouTube. So with me saying, what do you mean people are watching YouTube and people are walking around the parks and making money doing that? What are you talking? Nobody is going to do that. Then we started watching several Disney streamers and I fell in love with it.
Nice.
I just
Yeah. And kind of the same thing on the same note, I would be on watching YouTube while Jen was working her part-time job. And I would just, channel surf through YouTube looking at things. And then I thought, oh, Disney, let me learn a little bit about that. And I see people are walking around with cameras looking at other people. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird. But then you look at it and you listen to them and they gave you advice and told you things. And I was hooked.
So we had to just go over.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. That's how a lot of people have kind of fallen into this community. So thank you guys for sharing that with us. So I'm going to actually turn it over to Jen for a couple more questions.
Okay, I want to make sure I wasn't muted. Okay, hey guys, thanks for being here. Is we love to talk about the magic of Disney and the connections it inspires. Can you share the story of how the two of you first met?
Oh.
That's a pretty funny story. So we were both on Facebook, and I saw that we were both very close to each other in two little towns called Bel Air and Fallston. They're within 15 miles of each other. And so I reached out to him just thinking, oh, well, we could be friends. We met up at a little local place called Looney's. And I said to him right away, you're not going to want to date me because I'm moving to Florida. So just keep that in mind. And his response was, I'll move to Florida with you. Like,
Aw.
right away.
Awesome.
And then a week later, he said, I'm going to give this other girl a chance.
Dude, you had that's why you don't drink tequila at Looney's. I told you.
Right.
Good point.
So I said, okay, that's fine. And in my head, I said, you'll be back, but that's fine. And I moved on. And a month or so later, he continued to text me, hey, what are you doing? This is Mike. Remember me? Hi. And I just kept ignoring him. New Year's came and went. Christmas came and went. He's texting me away. And finally in February, I was like, Fine, you are a persistent little booger. Bye. And I intended to leave it right there. That started it, and we talked that night, the whole night through text, and then we've not spent a day not talking or with each other since.
Very cool.
Wow, you made him wait till February. You go, girl. Good job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, it
After
would
what
pay
he
back.
put you through, he probably deserved March. No, I'm kidding. I'm just glad it worked out. But back in 2023, like you guys mentioned, you made the big decision to move down to Florida together. What inspired that move particularly, and how big of a role did Disney play in influencing that decision?
You want to take that one?
Um,
Go ahead.
all right, so well, I knew Jen wanted to move to Florida. I was a widower alone, and we both had houses. So within a 4-month period, we sold 2 houses and came down and bought a house in Florida, and then went back to Maryland, drug all of our stuff down here in a U-Haul type truck, and
And an expedition.
an expedition, yeah. And we just came down here. Probably what influenced it was, I mean, I've always wanted to be in Florida, and I've always loved Disney. So I just, you know, I changed my whole life. I left, Maryland. I have 5 kids and 7 grandkids. And, I stay in touch, and they come down and they visit. But most of all, we just wanted to be together and share each other's time.
Very nice.
I love,
Very nice.
I love that story. That's a great story. Thanks for sharing it with us. Amanda, has anyone else joined us in the chat that we'd like to say hello to?
We've had a couple people join. We'd like to say hi to Jalen Butcher, Surf Bum, Lila Rose, Dan Allshaw, Sarah P. Adventures, Antonio Tower. Thanks for joining us.
Welcome. And don't forget to hit the link for our guest tonight that's being dropped in the chat, Instagram and YouTube. Give them a follow if you're having fun tonight, and if you've checked out their channel and said, hey, this is pretty cool, I'm going to give them a follow because I want to watch their content. Where are we going? Miss Mandy, where are we going?
We're going to stop for the next segment.
Awesome.
Yep. All righty. I have a couple questions for you guys. Now, for each of you, can you share your earliest memories of when Disney first came into your life, and how those early experiences have shaped the way that Disney continues to impact both of you today? Let's start with Jen. Why don't you tell us about your early experiences?
Oh, I think they froze up.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think they froze.
Oh, no.
All right, we'll give them a minute
Come
to.
back.
We'll give them a minute to. Nope, they dropped off. So their internet went down. We'll have to wait for them to come back. So we'll hang tight
Okay.
here and say, hey, this is a great time for you to hit that like for us. Great time for you to click on the link. My mods for us are dropping it in there throughout the night. Also the links for the ladies and the link for the triple C's. Definitely hit that because Jen does a great job of keeping all the information, all the shows and everything they have coming over there. So I want you to do that. And then we talked about a couple things going on with the community. Hall of Fame show is coming up here. Our power is sitting on and off, coming back as soon as the internet boots up. So their power is going in and out. They got stormed down there in Florida right now. So we will hang tight here and remind everybody, hey, Hall of Fame show is coming up on November the 15th, I believe it is. And that's going to be a fantastic. The voting will be done in 4 days. That's the 30th. No votes will be taken after that. We've been voting all month. We just heard a transformer go off. Oh, great. So hopefully we can finish. The voting has been going on all month. Hall of Famers, current Hall of Famers for the Disney YouTube Recognition Series have been voting consistently and doing a great job. If you haven't voted and you're in here right now, just let us know. Hey, make sure you get your votes in. You got till Thursday, till the 30th. to get that in. Jen, I think the name of the show is called Disney Beginnings for this time, and we're really excited because of the theme that we put behind it.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I don't know what to say because I don't want to give it away, but it's good.
It's really good, and the voting's
It's
been
good. It's
voting's been
creative. I think it's creative. It's yeah. I don't want to say anything else.
that's fine. I could share with everybody real quick if I go over to here while we're waiting and go up into here. You guys are still with me, which is good. I can share with everybody who might not have seen it. I wasn't ready for this because it wasn't my plan, but we can go. Okay, I got to go into a different one. I got to go into our community section over here and pop that up. You guys are still with me. I wanted to show everybody if you missed it, this is our thumbnail for Disney Beginnings which we're really excited about. If you don't know it, it is a series of recognition that is voted upon in our community. Started about 6 years ago. There's Hall of Fame induction with every ceremony. There's buttons. I actually let the Disney baker see the button the other day, and all he said was "Holy blank blank." Leave it at that. So it's going to be that good, which we're excited about. Mandy, I can also talk with you real quick about something that you had some influence in, and we're very excited about here on the chat, and that is our brand new show called the Clubhouse Crew. I've been sitting and talking on Insomniacs about little hangouts that we did, but I didn't like it on Insomniacs, and Mandy threw out an idea. She was down in Disney. It's okay for me to tell this, right?
Oh, of course.
Okay. She was down at Disney with Cakes and Kenny and the crew, and she said, "Oh, a great name for your show would be, Pete's Silly Sideshow," because she saw Pete there from it. It was a great idea. I think our guests are rejoining us. I'll finish telling this real quick. Yes, they are. There they are. So it was a great idea, and I was like, okay, but I don't want to use the Disney. I don't want to take that. And I do like Pete, but he's sometimes called Peg Leg Pete. I'm not sure. So it was all coming together, and we ended up coming with this philosophy because of Cakes and Mandy giving me a push, which God bless them, I love it. We came up with this Clubhouse Crew. So and Jen helped me with the logo on it, and I'm really excited about it. That's going to be selected Tuesdays starting in a week or so, where we're going to get together for a hangout, and we're excited about that. So we'll do that. All right, our guests are back. Welcome back in. It happens. It's part of life. It's part of life. We
Live
may do.
TV.
We may do, and I got done without getting in trouble by any of them. So I'm pretty good. I think we were with Steph. I think we were with you, right?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Let's go back to Steph.
All right. So this question's for each of you, and I'll let Jen answer it first, but I'll reread it. All right. It says, can you share your earliest memories of when Disney first came into your life, and how did those early experiences shape the way that Disney continues to impact your life today?
Absolutely. So Disney, as you know, opened in 71 and I was 3. And my dad wanted me to experience all of the best in life. And so he was like, I have to take my daughter and my wife to Walt Disney World. We have to go. Of course, we couldn't go right away. So it was 1972 in the summer when we went. I was 4 and I had no clue what to expect, other than I had a Mickey Mouse of my own, and I didn't have a teddy bear. I had a Mickey Mouse, and I loved him. And we got down there, and I'm guessing it was probably the steps where the theater is now. I can't quite tell for sure, but I have the memory of Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, and Goofy all coming down the stairs, and all of the guests being able to run to them and say hi. Excuse me. And I was so excited to see Mickey. I didn't care about Minnie. I didn't care about Pluto. I just wanted to see Mickey. He was my man. And everybody wanted to see Mickey, of course. So I couldn't get in that line. Dad was like, no, let's go to the shortest one. Come on. We went over to Goofy. I was terrified. I didn't have anything to do with it. He was far too tall. And he had 2 teeth. and he could bite me. So I wasn't going anywhere near Goofy.
I was the same way with Doug the first time. I get that.
That is funny. So yeah, that's how it all began with me with Disney, and somehow it didn't terrify me so badly that I never wanted to go back. I still wanted to go back. Never made it back until I was a senior, had graduated high school, and my parents took me back for a graduation gift. And of course, Epcot had been open for 2 years at that point, so it was kind of cool that I got to see those two parks very shortly after opening. And so when I met Mike, we talked about, that he said, "Oh, I absolutely love Disney." I said, "Hey, me too. Me too." And we talked about some of our memories and whatnot. And I said, when I moved down there, I'll be able to go over there. I'll only be an hour away.
Nice.
That probably didn't hurt him saying, "I'll go to Florida with you."
So, Mike, how about you? Yeah.
Mine was a little bit different. I mean, I'm a little older than Jen. I'm not going to say I'm more mature. I'm just older. So my parents, we lived in Maryland. My parents took the whole summer vacation after school ended in 1968. And we loaded up in the back in our car. I was in the back of a 63 Buick Riviera.
Jeez.
From Maryland all the way to California.
Wow.
Oh yeah. For me as a 9-year-old, my parents smoked and I was in the back of the car, so it was a little rough at times. Yeah. Yeah, it was okay. Yeah. Stick my head out the window for a while, and then they realized it and stopped. But we went to Disneyland, and we had stuff, memorabilia we got there. I remember my parents had moved away from Maryland after I was an adult, and I remember going in their room looking at or something, and I found a ticket book from Disneyland from 1968 that they had kept. And it was little tickets, because it was like back then you had little tickets you ripped off and you gave to get on the ride.
The e-tickets, yeah.
The e-tickets. So I didn't know what they were at the time, but they had little tickets, and they still had some left over from the rides. I remember riding the Matterhorn and Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, and seeing the parades and all the characters. But my only picture that I have from that entire trip to Disneyland was me with Pluto.
Not Goofy.
Not Goofy, but me with Pluto. And that's the only picture. And I'm so sorry for, because I don't have that.
Right.
But rewind, 40 years later, and I go and I take my kids, and we went down to Disney, and I got a picture of all of us with Pluto.
Very cool.
Yes. Great.
Very cool.
What a happy ending to that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worked out well. Well, I have to say, I'm stepping in and I'm probably upsetting Pete, but let me tell you real quick that your accent, I was going to guess Towson or Cockeysville as far as, yes, I'm a newbie here to Maryland, so I'm taking in all the accents. So, and trying to guess where people are actually from in Maryland, because it does vary. So,
South Balmer, hun.
Yes, Pete says that too. So yeah, you guys say some of the same words the same way. So I thought that was neat. Anyway, all right. So I digress. So when you think about how you experience Disney today, from the way that you visit the parks to what draws you back, what has changed for you over the years? And what are some things that you find yourselves looking forward to now that maybe weren't even on your radar in the past? Jen, we'll go with you.
I'm not afraid of Goofy anymore.
Yay!
I actually like him now. He makes me laugh. I have fun with him. Yeah, kind of just going to the parks now it's very different as an adult than it is as a child and than it is as a teenager. And one of the things that I really, really, really look forward to is just, I know we make a joke about it. We call it Disney ambiance when the children are crying. But I love the magic part of the children when they get to see the little girls are going, it's Ariel, or, whatever princess.
Right.
When I
That's good.
witness something, a cast member with another guest doing something amazing. Somebody's day is made by one little smile or whatever. That is what brings me coming back and back over and over and over.
Love it.
And that's what we try to do with our channel.
One quick note on that: we experienced a couple from England, and they took their little boy in to see Winnie the Pooh at Epcot, back in the back in England in
At Christopher
Robin's room.
Mm-hmm.
And Winnie the Pooh was hugging this little boy, and the little boy wouldn't let go. And the parents came up to him and said, "Tommy, come here," in their British accent, "Tommy." And Winnie the Pooh went to him and went, "Get away, leave him alone." And he just kept hugging him. And I mean, that's,
I cried. It was the sweetest thing ever.
That's it. I mean, I'm kind of like a softie at heart, so I love, the giving and the sharing of things. I just love the Disney feeling. And now as an adult with a pass holder, we don't have to rush through like you did when you had only 7 days on a week's vacation to run through and get everything. We can relax a little bit and really sit back and enjoy the park.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So Amanda is now going to speak with you a little bit about the beverage of the week that you guys chose for our show tonight. So Amanda, take it away.
Well, thanks, Steph. Before we jump into that, I'm going to say hi to just a few people that joined us in the meantime. Dean the Turkey Legster, AJC Magic TV, Debbie Bernfeld, Fly Girl 517, and Hatbox Ghost.
Nice. Welcome.
Yes, welcome. But now to talk about what sounds like an amazing drink, the Grand Marnier Orange Slush in Epcot in France. Yeah. So can you guys tell us a little bit about this drink and why you chose it?
Mike?
I didn't even know about it until Mike told me. Can you hear us?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
It's okay?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, great. I didn't even know about this drink until Mike told me, because, of course, the time before going to Disney and Epcot and all of that was in 86 when I graduated high school, and I was not allowed to drink anything alcoholic. And so Mike told me about this. All I will say is it is amazing, and I'll let him talk about it, but oh my gosh. And I want one of those little margaritas with Mickey floating in it, please. Thank you.
That's a cute little picture of it.
We came down once. I came down with my son and his new wife, and we went over to France, and we said, oh, look, let's go over here to France and get something to drink. So we went to the little stand outside, and the line was really long, and it was hot that time, and we're like, oh my gosh, come on, let's go. Let's not wait for this. Well, we decided to wait. And we got this little slushy drink, and I took the first sip, and I went, ooh, this could be dangerous. So went over, sat on a bench, and, we just kind of sipped it. And at that time, they had princesses ride by in a carriage, and we were having a good time. And before I knew it, it was gone. I'm like, okay, time to get back in line and get another one. So went back and got another one. I think by the end of that day, I had 4 of them every time we went past France. So we had to stop and get
That sounds amazing. I would never try that myself. Sounds amazing.
Well, 1 or 4?
4, because after
No,
3.
I was asking Pete how many he wouldn't try.
Well, because when I hit 3, I end up in the ladies' bathroom. So I'm not sure where I end up with 4.
That's a true story, by the way. That's a true story.
Wow.
You can't power punch those things from France to America. it will literally Mr. T punch you in the face in America.
Oh yeah,
And if you get it during the summer, you have to drink it fast. So
it
Yeah,
melts.
because
That's true.
it milks. So
And it hits you harder in the heat.
oh yes.
Yeah, definitely.
it's a great drink. Okay. Mandy, sorry.
So I've unfortunately never tried that, but I'm definitely going to add it to my list to try, hopefully when we're down there in February. But just want to ask Jen and Steph, have either of you guys tried it, or what are your thoughts on this drink? And Steph, we can start with you.
Okay. I would definitely try it. I like orange and I like Grand Marnier. So I haven't had it yet, although I have been to the France Pavilion many times. I've always just had wine with dinner. So I'm going to have to go a different direction next time. So sounds terrific. Yeah. I can see why you could have one every time you go by, because once you find your thing, that's good. Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
I have had this drink. I've had it. I love it.
Oh.
And just like Mike
Oh.
said, it's dangerous. So dangerous.
Yeah.
It goes down so easy, so fast, so smooth. It's delicious. It's refreshing when it's the hot temperatures in the summer.
Yeah.
Very dangerous. There is one thing I
Yeah,
don't like
that's
about
true.
it.
Oh.
What's that?
The long lines that you have to stand in to get it.
Yeah. You get two.
You have to.
Oh,
and then you have to
Yeah, you
hope
get
that it
two.
doesn't melt
Two per
before
person.
you get done with the other one. And the portions are too small. If they would just make them bigger portions, it would be better.
And bring an insulated cup and dump them all in there, and then
Yeah,
you can have it.
insulated cup. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, bring the corksicle and fill it up.
Yeah, that would be.
That's
That's
what
actually a
we
great
did.
idea. That's actually a great idea, because you could keep it
It is.
cold and do that. You know, my trouble is I go to get two and I can't pick up the second one. That's my problem. So, but
I'll help you.
I did
I'll
find.
We'll help
I
you.
did find.
We'll
I
help
did,
you, Pete.
I did find a new cup holder for my scooter that holds that type of glass. I did find that.
Nice.
Oh.
Dump one at a time.
Yep. So, anyway, all right. I guess we're coming back over to me, because this is where we get to answer the fun questions. Before we do that, I want to remind you that we're having a great time with our guests tonight, Mike and Jen. If you're not following them over their YouTube channel, check it out. We're going to talk about their channel in just a little bit. It's Disney Magic at its finest. They're working hard on growing their channel. Love to see some of your names over in their chat when I stop over and say hello. Mike and Jen, I believe, are also going to be at the meetup down in December on the 13th down there. So if you're in the parks, or you live in the area, or you're coming into town for to see Disney or anything else in Orlando, come to the meetup. You get the chance to meet them face to face, but you can give them a follow here tonight. We talked about the upcoming festival tonight, and just your thoughts. And this time I'll do one time, since the ladies always let Jen go first. I'll let Mike go first on this one and say, Mike, talk to me about the Festival of the Arts. What are some of your favorite things to do there? And it can't just be the Grand Marnier slush.
Okay. What I really enjoy is I do enjoy it. I look at the the International Food and Wine, as you're there for food, to test food and check it out. This one seems more like you can stroll the park. It's a little bit cooler.
Mm-hmm.
The heat isn't there, like it is in summer, because this summer down here was brutal. Even Floridians were having a rough time. It was hot. Everybody was hiding in air conditioning. But to stroll along and look at the art, and some of these artists are amazing what they can do.
Yeah.
You wish you had unlimited access to buy whatever you wanted, because some of the stuff is just amazing. And if you're a Disney enthusiast and you enjoy art, can't beat it. And you have some food to back it up. So I think it's a win-win for
All the way through.
the food and the art.
Good deal. Good deal. Jen, how about you? Festival of the Arts.
So for me, the very first time I experienced it, they had all the photo ops that I had never seen, for the photo pass, like the Mona Lisa ones. And I just love photos. So stop.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest thing I love. All of the props that they put out that you can take photos with. And now that you and Molly are doing now my words aren't coming to me, the show where
Dialogues.
you bring in all of the people.
Dialogues.
Yes.
Dialogue.
I'm very excited to go and start like seeing, oh, I saw that person. I remember that person being on dialogues. And so I'm really, really excited for that.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
And to let you know, the first year we had Photo Pass, Jen had 8,000 pictures
Sweet Jesus.
with her Photo Pass.
That's why there was a little laugh there when you said she likes photos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
It wasn't 8.
you got your money's worth. That's a good thing.
It was 12,000.
Oh my
sorry.
God, 12,000. Holy, well, hey, God bless you for taking advantage of it. Kay Wilby just subscribed to YouTube to MAJic Adventures. So did Debbie Bernfeld. I saw that. Before I go over to Jen for, I believe we're going to Rapid Fire, which is one of my favorite segments. I think that's where we're going. Do we have, Mandy, do we have anybody we want to say hello to real quick?
We do. We've got our very own Stephanie Kiel, who jumped into chat. We've got Sebastian the Crab, Keith Winter,
Hello.
Debbie Thooner, and the Curtis family.
And I see Keith has got Angie with him too. So hello to Angie watching as well. So Jen, I'm going to throw it over to you. This is a great segment. It's one of my favorites.
Yes, I love this. This is one of the favorites. It's to get to know your Disney passions a little better. We're going to do the rapid fire quick answers to the following questions. Okay?
That's you.
Quick answers. So you
Each
guys
of us are
can
together.
just shout out. Well, you just shout it out. We'll just go with it. Favorite park to attend?
I'll go with Magic Kingdom.
Epcot.
Rapid fire.
I don't have favorites.
All right, Magic Kingdom. Okay.
Epcot. Mike.
And Epcot. Okay, great. How about your top 3 rides from any Disney park? Maybe you got to do these separately.
People Mover.
Good.
I have Pirates of the Caribbean
Mm-hmm.
and Carousel. Call it a ride.
Ooh,
Okay.
good classics. How about you, Jen?
Skyliner, Tron, and Mount Everest.
Oh, okay.
Those are good too. Wow, totally different. You guys didn't have any that overlapped there. That's funny. Your I think we know the answer to this, but favorite character to meet and greet?
Mickey Mouse.
Mm-hmm. Yep, thought we knew that one. Favorite princess?
Ariel.
Jasmine.
Oh,
Common answer from the guys. Okay. Favorite villain?
Maleficent, because I watched her movie.
I like Maleficent also.
There you go. Okay, Maleficent. Halloween or Christmas at Disney?
The parties.
overall.
Just in general.
Christmas.
Oh, good. Okay, good answer. Favorite Epcot festival to attend?
Food and Wine.
Festival of the Arts.
Nice. Mode of on-property transportation?
Skyliner.
Jinx.
Favorite Disney song?
Bare Necessities.
Probably Under the
that's a
Sea.
good one.
Under the sea.
That is a good
Good
one.
ones.
Very good
I
one.
like
Yeah, I like that.
water.
Favorite all-time nighttime show? So
Happily
not just
Ever
one that's
After.
going now, but any show, anytime.
Happily Ever
Happily
After.
Okay, Jen.
Now the word is not coming to me. The not the Electric Parade.
Starlight.
No, the old one.
Oh,
Spectro Magic.
Spectro Magic.
Spectrum Magic. Nice. Okay.
That's my answer too. Yeah, I like that answer. Your favorite resort to stay at?
Caribbean Beach.
Coronado Springs.
Okay, all right. Favorite restaurant on property?
I like Crystal Palace.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, that's a good
Nice.
one. And what about your favorite snack of choice? Favorite Disney
Spring
snack?
roll. Spring roll.
Well, pizza or cheeseburger?
Cheeseburger.
It's all about the sauce.
That's
It
it.
Jen,
is. It's the same.
same for you? Yep, same for me. Good
I may or
answer.
may not lick the sauce with my fingers.
Doesn't everybody?
Oh, okay,
I
good.
do. I do. Sometimes I don't even use my finger. Okay, anyways, we're moving on now.
Good Lord.
Moving on to Mandy.
Or
Mandy, do
Steph.
you have any friends that have joined us?
We do. We've got one. Koilis Lischenko. Welcome in. So, and now
Welcome.
we'll hand it over to Steph for the next segment.
Okie dokie. All right, so I'd love to hear about what originally inspired you to start your YouTube channel. What were the passions that led you to choose this kind of content? And were there any particular creators who inspired you to finally hit that record button?
I can go there.
Yep.
He was my inspiration because I didn't believe people would do it, would watch you.
Okay.
And he convinced me. And then and it was out of love for him because he really, really was like, please, can we please, please? So I said sure because I loved him. And
Awesome.
I would say to originally make me hit record, make me want to do it, was Living in Diz with Corey.
Okay. Very cool.
Uh, for me, we were going to the parks, and her and I were having so much fun. Just her and I said, why don't we try this? I mean, we can do this. And Jen uses a mobility scooter also. And I felt like we really could bring something to the people that have, mobility, challenges, getting around the park, helping them that way. And not only them, but anybody that I feel bad because we talked to like this 70-year-old lady and she goes, oh, I can't get to the park. There's no way I can go around there. I can't get on rides. And I said, no, you can. Anybody can. And, I feel as though we can help bring that magic that, when Disney used to come on and we had the wonderful world of color and Walt Disney, and we would have that and we'd sit down in front of our TV and the amazement. There's no reason why we still can't have that. Just because you're older and you have challenges mobility wise, there's no reason why you can't enjoy the magic that's still there, that's still Walt in the park.
Great answer.
Good answer. Good. All right. So my next question is, we'd love for you to give everyone a bit of an overview of your YouTube channel. You've had success developing it, so could you share with us what it's all about and what people can expect to find when they visit your channel?
So I really, if we were going to do this, I really wanted the word magic in our title because not only is that like synonymous with Disney as it is, I really enjoy giving to people. And so it sometimes feels magical, and even if it's outside of the parks. So I wanted that to be a big part of it. And so I look at the national calendar days, and anytime that I find something like, oh, it's National New Friends Day, we're going to go make new friends. And that's going to be our theme for the day. It's, so coming up is Halloween and trick or treating is a big thing. Well, we're going to reverse trick or treat. And we're going to give out treats to the cast members as we go along throughout the day. I want to be giving back to people as part of the channel. So.
Yeah. And we started a couple of weeks ago. We started a little thing where people would buy not on our channel, but they could Cash App us. Like we set it at like $18, and we found these little wishables. And what we were doing, we were finding them that it's from this person, and they're on our YouTube channel, and they would like you to have this and enjoy it and have the magic. And the things that we've already found, we've done it 3 times. We found a little girl, it was her birthday. Another little boy, Winnie the Pooh was his favorite of all the little characters. So we gave him a Winnie the Pooh. And then a little girl was from Latin America, couldn't speak very much English. Her dad wanted to pay us for it. And we said, no, This is for her.
Right.
This is
Aw.
her special thing. And it would just happen to be her birthday, and we gave her a little
Oh.
Tigger. And we thought that was really just fun.
And it was really a fun way to allow the people who watch us to be a part of it.
Yeah. And we always
Love
thank
it.
the cast
Yeah,
members,
that's
tell
true.
them thank you for making the MAJic, because without them, we would just be wandering around parks. The cast members spend a lot of time helping us all. So we'd like to give back to the cast members too.
That's cool.
That's
Very
that
cool.
is really awesome.
Thank
Alrighty,
you.
I'm going to shift over to Amanda for our final segment and channel suggestions.
So we ask each of our guests to share with us some content they love. Tonight, we want to talk with you guys about 3 of your most impressive channels that you guys follow. So let's talk about first Living in Diz, the Disney Show with Sean, and then Park Bros. So of these 3 channels, let's start with Park Bros and tell us a little bit about why you selected this channel.
You want to start?
Yeah, Lawrence, we met through the also living in Diz, but met him indirectly through that and part of the Disney streamer network. Lawrence is just amazing. He'll help anybody. He's friendly. He's knowledgeable. When you're on a shelf and I'm out there on the ledge. We've lost our stream before, and Lawrence would say, "Relax, don't worry, we'll get it back. We'll put you back in." And Lawrence would talk us off that ledge because we were, into an 8-hour stream. We were at 5 hours in, and pretty good viewership and everything. We were like stressing out. Jen was mad at me because I might have lost it or something. You go, what happened? I'm like, I don't know. My big finger hit it. I don't know. But yeah, I think that Park Bros is we called him our guardian angel, and he's just been so helpful and so friendly to us. We appreciate all that.
Oh, well, that was so sweet. Next, tell us a little bit about the Disney with Sean show.
So, Disney, Sean from the Disney with Sean show is very open about the fact that he has autism. He was just recently diagnosed as an adult, which I didn't know that until I had been watching him for a while. And I found that really interesting. And I, as a special educator, my specialty or my students that I studied the most and was able to connect with the most were students who had autism. And there's just something special, very special about a person who has autism that I absolutely am drawn to. I love them. And Sean he's open about it. He wants to talk to people about it. He wants to
help others.
Let others know, that if you have a disability, it's okay. And so he was in my heart right away. The first time I saw him, he was just.
Yeah, he brings out everything that's good about what our, community does, about the sharing and everything. He brings out everything good about it.
And real quick, just let me jump in there because I have watched Sean and everything they've said is I found to be accurate. When you're, autistic, that is a challenge, and we have a lot of people in our community that have that challenge. I'm blessed to have Joey send me letters every other month on my chat for me to read, and he has his challenges. Sean goes every morning at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
That's what so if you're looking for somebody when you're getting up in the morning, he'll go walking around like the resorts before the park opens, and talk about that stuff. So it's a feature for them, but I just wanted to highlight that because a lot of people might not realize that he goes that early. If you get up in the morning, you're showering and want somebody to listen to, he works hard at his craft. So
it's still dark outside when Sean's walking to the park.
yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, nope, my fault. Go in here.
Well, thank you for sharing the Disney with Sean show. It's definitely a new channel for me, so I'll have to check that out. But definitely last but not least, we've got Living in Diz.
So they're a family, a husband, wife, and then they have two children. Usually their daughter isn't with them, but sometimes she is, and their son is almost always with them. And the fact that they did it as a family, and to watch Corey and Tammy and the way they get along and to see the love, that's what inspired me to want to go ahead and do this with Mike, is just so that people can see, families or couples. It's not just about the scooter that I drive the scooter. I just want everybody to see the love that families get to share. I think something we've lost in our society is family time, and to see Living in Diz do it as a family is heartwarming for me.
And Corey's so articulate. He can explain things, and he has a great sense of humor, and he's just very artistic. I think of what he does and how he presents his show, and he was always ready to help. So I appreciate that also. It didn't matter if I was a little guy, but he's always willing to give you some advice. So I like that.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking of his Patriots. Sorry. Sorry. I was thinking of his Patriots.
Yeah.
Muscle memory. I didn't touch a thing. It just happened. No, they're very,
Thank you guys for
very good
sharing those
people.
amazing channels with
Great,
us.
yeah, great channels.
Yes, amazing channels. And before I hand it off, a real quick hello to Ryan Rowe and Mark Langenkamp, who have joined us.
Hello,
Yes.
friends.
Hello. And then off to Jen for the next segment.
So it's time for our show recap. What a great show it was tonight, learning all about Mike and Jen from MAJic Adventures. Here are some highlights. It was great to talk with our guests and find out a little bit about them individually, how they first met, and of course, their love for Disney. We were grateful to Jen and Mike for sharing their story of how Disney first came into their lives, the inspiration that led them to move from Maryland down to Florida, and how their Disney experiences feel today compared to when they were younger. Our guests opening up tonight and sharing some of their favorites, from the must-have beverages in the parks to all of their Disney favorites, was such a great way to get to know them. It really lets us see their passion and love for all things Disney. It was great to talk about the 3 channels that Mike and Jen recommend to everyone, and most importantly, to hear about what folks will find over on their YouTube channel. They're creating some truly special experiences through the magic of streaming, and it was a pleasure to highlight that. I encourage everyone to leave a comment on this show with their thoughts on everything they heard tonight.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So that is all about the guest today. Let's move over to Steph so she can tell us what's going to happen with our guest next week.
Sure thing. So next week, we're going to stay right in the Disney World area with another new creator we've recently discovered. Someone who consistently brings the magic to their channel, and we can't wait to share their story with you. Our guest, who features herself on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok, also has a YouTube channel with 1,300 subscribers, 342 videos, and more than 200,000 channel views. Her channels take you through stunning 4K adventures of Disney, Universal, and SeaWorld. Joining us next week to discuss all of the honest views, tips for both classic and new eats, and everything around the parks will be Becky from the YouTube channel Florida Gal.
Local Florida gal. I'm excited. She's we got to meet her. Have you guys met her yet? Did you guys meet her when you were down there?
We have not met her, but we do follow her.
Okay. Awesome. That's exciting, the tie-ins that we have with everything here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, real quick, I want to remind everybody we've been dropping the links for our guests throughout the night. I hope that you've found this fun and entertaining. But you know what? I like to do things on the fly, and I want to try something we've never done before. And there's the look. There's the look. The top row always gives me this look. We have a little fun show that we do on Wednesday nights on Disney Insomniacs that's sponsored by Mr. Paul Engel. So I have to say thank you to Paul for being that. Eventually, he's going to put content on his channel. He's promised me by 2036 there will be content from Paul. I love Paul to death. But we are going to have our guest from tonight come on there, and we're going to play Two Truths and a Lie with them and find out so many things over there that we couldn't talk about tonight. So Wednesday night at 10:45 or right after. Oh, hello.
Oh, puppy!
Uh,
She's frightened of the storms. That's
She's
Anna.
afraid. She's afraid.
Oh.
This is Anna.
Gotcha.
And
Oh.
Over on the
our other one's Elsa.
There you go. Very cool dogs.
Oh.
Wednesday at 10:45 or right after the baseball game finishes. Might be a few minutes before 11. Mike and Jen are going to come on Wednesday night, and we're going to play Two Truths and a Lie with them. And since they were guests here tonight and they're coming on, I'm going to double the points on Wednesday night. Double the points.
Ooh.
Double the points. So instead of being 10 points a question, it's going to be 20. Means the big question will be worth 40. If you match up all 5, you're going to get a bonus of 40. And that means that whatever we do that night as the extra bonus will also be worth 40. So that could make or break the entire night. So we want to do that. So I want to say to our guests here as we come back in, I want to say thanks to our guests, MAJic Adventures, Mike and Jen, and the puppies too, that joined us here at the end of the show. Love that you guys were here for that. I'm excited about next week when we get to talk to local Florida gal. Got to meet her in Florida. Very nice. Trying to work on her channel, and we're going to get to know her a lot more next week. Just a reminder, all of our shows are on podcast format now, right here on YouTube. You can click on it and keep up with any show you might have missed. There's some great shows in there from some amazing people and creators from our community that you probably haven't seen yet, so you can go over there and check it out. I'll be live again tonight at 10:45, quarter to 11, 11 o'clock, with another episode of Disney Insomniacs. I've got 5 new channels I'm going to highlight. They are incredible. I was really, really excited about the grouping that we have for this week. We're going to talk about everything going on. We'll talk about where the scores are and everything. That'll be on Insomniacs later tonight. Just a reminder, you can keep up with our Instagram here. I highly encourage it. Jen does a great job of updating each week with who's coming on, where they're at. Our guests have their own Instagram, MAJic Adventures for All. You can find them over there and keep up with everything that they're going and highlighting. And these guys are working hard. They're up to 1.75. I found them. They were, I think, under 1,000 at the time. I think it was close to 1,000 when we found you. They've really working hard. What was it? 300? 300 when we found them and started saying, hey, check these people out. And I'm still encouraging you. Hey, check them out. They're over there. They're going consistently, and they're doing their channel for the love of Disney and the love of bringing it home to everybody back there. So it's a cool thing. And I highly recommend 1 or 2 orange slushes. 3 or more can put you on the floor. Just speaking from experience. As we go on that one. So let's talk final thought of the night. We always like to do that here. I will let you guys, Mike and Jen, you guys go first, then our ladies will top things up. So the floor is yours, Mike and Jen. I'll throw it to Jen first, ladies first, because if I don't, I get in trouble. So Jen, go ahead.
Well, first, I'd like to thank you all for inviting us to the Triple C show. It was great fun. This just showcases again the magic and the wonder of the Disney streamers and the whole network that we are a part of together, and the love and support that we all have for one another. Just makes me feel loved, happy.
Yeah.
Very nice. Mike?
Yeah, I want to thank everybody that's helped us, in the past, and everything everybody's done that, gave us support and encouragement. I mean, you always think, am I going to keep going? And, your friends tell you, look, it's worthwhile. Keep going. I really appreciate that. And always encourage people to come to Disney. I think if more people came to Disney, we'd have less issues than we do around this world sometimes. And just be happy.
Love
Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life. I lost a wife. And I just want people to enjoy their life because it's short.
Very well said. Very well said. Amanda, our Mandy.
Thank you guys for being here tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to talk to you again. I had the pleasure of meeting them in the parks just a couple weeks ago, and let me tell you, these people are as wonderful on camera as they are off camera. So your guys' love for each other, your love for Disney, your generosity, just shines through. So thank you for continuing to share that Disney magic.
Thank you.
Love it. Steph?
And Mike, I also wanted to thank you for your 25 years of service.
Thank you.
I'm a Navy baby, so my dad he flew for the for Navy, so he probably wouldn't have anything nice to say about the Air Force, but that's okay. You know, it's a thing that you guys have. It's okay. Yeah. I'm just kidding. Anyways, and also I want to thank you, Jen, because your service working with special ed kids. This is my 31st year in education, and I can't imagine, some of the struggles that the teachers have that do special ed every day. So thank you for your service as well to our country and our kids. I appreciate that. So, and thanks for both of y'all joining us tonight. It was really wonderful. And I can't wait to meet you in December.
Yes.
Same
Steph,
here.
Steph and Paul will be there in December at the meetup and for Night of Hope. We're excited about that.
Yes.
Jen.
I just want to say that you guys are such a great addition to our community. And I'm so glad that the community found you and you found the community and it all came together. I can't wait to finally meet you guys in person. That'll be nice in December to finally
Same
see you
here.
guys.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
It will be. Looking forward to it. Thank you for everything that you do, not only in what you produce on your own channel, but you guys are in so many chats and supporting other channels. And that is such a wonderful thing. So thank you for that as well. And yeah, you got a cute dog. Okay. That's all.
Thank you, ladies. Great job. Welcome into Brittany Wee. Make sure you subscribe. Brittany and Murray's Adventures also came in late. Hello, Murray's Adventures. Welcome in. It's been awesome to meet so many great people, and I add you guys to that list as we continue to try to grow this community with positivity, empowerment, and bringing the magic, much of the magic home as we can. I appreciate what you do on your channel. I encourage you to keep that up here. I thank you for coming onto this show and then agreeing to come on to Wednesday nights. And I think you're on the right path for doing so many great things. Everybody that's met you has said so many nice things. Everybody in the chat, I hope you've had a great time tonight with our guest, and you'll hit that subscribe and give them a follow. They're on their way to 2K, not that far away. We're 6 likes away from 100 on this stream, so if you haven't hit that yet, please do so. I'd really appreciate it. Ladies, am I allowed to bring up our new sponsor now or no? I'm not allowed. Am I allowed to bring that? We have a new sponsor. No, I'm not allowed to bring up that spot. Jen's muted. She said, yes, go do
I
it.
was muted. No, that's not what I said. I said we're not doing sponsors on the show today.
Okay, my fault. Okay.
They forgot to send in their payment. We can't show their ad.
Okay. Well, then I'll just take 1 minute and kind of do it like when they did it in the movie and The Godfather. And I'll speak to Mike in Baltimore East. Mike, hey, hon, that was awesome. We need to hit some steamers sometime and have it together. It'll be a good time. There you go. And Jen has no idea what I was talking about because she's Ohio East. She doesn't understand it. I appreciate everybody for being here. Stephanie got it because she's officially a Marylander now.
Hey, I eat Otterbein cookies. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but those things rock. Remember the cookies? The cookies?
Yeah,
remember?
the cookies are good. Is Paul there?
Yeah.
Paul knows about steamed crabs. Is he there?
Oh yeah, he loves Old Bay too. So yeah.
There you
Hey
go.
Paul, come tell us about Old Bay.
We want to go home now.
I could bring you some Old Bay. We could bring you some down. If you want me to bring you some down, I could bring you some down. Is Paul coming in? He could tell us about Old Bay.
Yeah, I don't know. Paul. I'm coming. Make like a lightning.
That's why it's cool. Bro, say that's why it's
quick.
Cool.
You got a smile that makes the sun